Hey guys, Trevor John coming at you with another Infinite Magicraid video. This one is going to be a video where we're actually going to take Holder, right? We're going to take our Holder, and I got a lot of comments on my YouTube channel that were basically stating like, hey, Holder is great as an A5, and I made some comments about how I didn't notice that he was as good as a carry as my Xayah was in his current build, given that his current build is mostly all leech, and it's mostly prioritizing his mastery and his effect hit over here, trying to make sure that he does a lot of bleeds. Now, what I'm being told is that's not the proper way to build him, that I need to swap him over to do more damage with his crit rate and allow his counterattack to actually do a lot more damage. With that being said, this video is, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the community's advice on this. I'm gonna spend a lot of gold. I'm gonna try to rebuild him on stream with the current gear that I have as a day 25 free-to-play player, and let's just see what this does for my account, if this makes a difference. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and show you where I've made it to currently with my current build and the current setup. If we go to Tower of Mark here, I have one key left. I purposely saved this for this so we can do this one run. Let's go ahead and let's run 20 here, because right now this has been my priority. Force has been the only ones that I can really prioritize, and I've been stuck with them, right? So I haven't been able to progress anything further other than this in itself. So let's go ahead and we'll pull it up and we'll run through it, and let's just see how far we actually get with Holder and Xayah and how much of a carry he really can be. A couple things I want to point out and I want you guys to notice is the fact that this is Holder's current build with double leech set, mostly prioritizing bleeds, and without me really intervening or doing anything. I know I could do a lot of manual work here and that'll help clear these a little faster, but let's be honest here. Who likes to manual anything, right? Like, and generally no one likes to manual content, right? Like, if you can't do it on auto, then it's not as fun. So I will put that disclaimer fully out there. So for some of you who may pop out and say, well, if you just manual do this, it'll be fine. I will go ahead and I'll click on her on the right hand side, because she's going to be basically the major support, which is going to place that counterattack, which is kind of a not so good feeling thing. So we'll go ahead and we'll eliminate her so that way she can't keep putting that up and up and up. And then we'll focus on the left ad as well. And that way, basically, maybe that gives us a shot with Holder to go ahead and take down the main boss here. So as you can see here, we got the right ad dead. Now we're going to start working on the left ad. And this is where I thought having Holder set up the way I do, where he could potentially keep landing these bleeds, would make the most sense, because I was thinking in the back of my head, like, as he stacks these bleeds and does this passive damage, right? Because these stupid shields this guy's putting up, it should be perfect, right? It should be a good balance of stack the bleeds, keep dropping that shield, keep dropping that major damage, allows Xayah to keep critting and doing a lot more crit damage. However, what I'm noticing is the fact that at a certain point here, we're just not able to keep it going, because Holder's just not doing enough damage to basically allow like him to do enough damage to heal himself up with the leech, right? Even though he does have a lot of leech built into him, he's also fully skilled out. It's definitely something to note here, and his emblems are fully maxed as well. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's actually not looking terrible. I'm gonna laugh my butt off if it turns around and works. But so far, this is about par of the course. I usually get the boss down to about 50%, and at that point, Holder dies. And as soon as Holder dies, unfortunately, Xayah is not very far after him. So let's see how far down we make it. It does seem like, and actually my chat just confirmed, that he has to have the shield down for the bleeds to even apply. So maybe that was a bad strategy on my behalf. But we'll see how this works. So far, it's been good, which is odd. Normally, I don't make it this far. This would be awesome if we literally, as I'm trying to make a case point here for swapping out Holder's build, because he's actually got more health than Xayah currently, which is very, very odd. Because Xayah, I can keep her max health pretty easily until around this level. Around this level is when she starts getting a little squishy. But so far we're doing things. Okay, interesting. Let's see, 20%, and this is where it's all going to go downhill. Now that we've lost Holder, it's probably GG. I don't think Xayah, see, you just saw that she was basically one shot, right? So don't think she's going to pull it out. But this is interesting, right? This is interesting because this gives a good comparison to what may happen once I swap the gear on Holder and I put him more in a damage build versus a dot damage. I just saw there I got him down to 5%. 5%. It's pretty close to completing Mark 20 floor. Let's go do some work on a holder. Okay. So here's a couple of things to note. One, I'm free to play player. I don't have a whole lot of gold. I am kind of gold poor. So let's show that. Gold poor, I'm at what, 3.9 million gold. So that's not the greatest. We do have, however, enhancement goals event going on, which kind of coincides with me wanting to do this anyways. I got to do this to get these points. So let's go ahead and let's dive in and see what I can do here with my build. Let's see. If I look at his build currently and his stats currently, right now we're looking at what, 104k HP, 9600 attack. Okay, speed's 508, crit damage or crit rate is at 35.7. What I was told is I need to get that crit rate up. Not worry so much about this mastery here and this effect hit here, and mainly prioritize getting this crit rate up as well as maintaining some leech. So let's see what we can do. So first things first, a lot of people noted that they're like, hey, John, you need to put the correct gear on him. You need to go forge it. Well, one thing to note when I'm a new player, right? I'm 25 days in. It's not like I can go and forge a lot of gear. I can't, right? And I can't craft Fearless set yet because I haven't beat the campaign. So we're hosed there. I can craft the Bloodthirsty set. However, the caveat of trying to craft the Bloodthirsty set is I need all the extra requirements, right? I don't have them. Even though I try to farm them, I'm not hitting high enough tiers to really make forging worth it. So for those of you who are like, hey, you got to put Bloodthirsty on, you got to put this, what is this, Fearless set, right? Fearless set on. Keep in mind that beginning players, this is harder. Free-to-play players, it's even harder because we can't just upgrade some characters to push us further to allow us to get into even forging and crafting these pieces, right? Or getting into the higher tiers of the dungeons to get the better gear drops. Now, one thing I can do is I could potentially get some slay gear, which actually I can't craft in any of it right now, which is unfortunate. But I can forge a couple pieces of slay gear, it looks like, which is also good. It's got crit rate, crit damage. We have wild set, right, which is crit rate, attack percent, which could potentially be good as well because attack percent is always beneficial even if you don't crit, right? And the fact that holder has bleeds, if he does land him, attack percent can potentially help. But once again, I'm going around the idea of his bleeds, and that's what we're trying to get away from, right? So I really got to take a second and see, is there anything in here that makes the most sense for me to go ahead and push forward to make it better? Really, Bloodthirsty, in my opinion, is the best option I have, and unfortunately, I cannot craft any of them. I don't have enough of the copper ores. I can look at Slay set. I've got, what is this? I can make 2 mithrils, and that's it. So let's go ahead and let's just roll the dice, see if we can't get 2 Slay pieces of gear that are decent. Maybe that's going to be a good crit rate, crit damage. It's a 5-star. It's got crit damage on it. Okay. What else can we get when we craft another one? Give me another piece of gear that I can utilize. Maybe I will use this set. Okay, we got boots. That's good. They're 5-star. And effect hit, effect resistance. Not terrible because effect hit is okay to have on him. We may try to level those up and try the slay set on him and then keep a bleach set on him. Okay, so let's go try that. So let's go see if we can't do that and see what this will do for us. So we'll go ahead and we'll close that, right? And let's see. Let's look at crit rate gear that we currently have. Because crit rate gear is just straight up crit rate, right? 15% here. And on our Slayer, oh, we had more options. Cool. I already had some. This could potentially be better. Nice. We had boots that had crit rate already on them. Okay, cool. So we got potential. I totally did not know I had these pieces of gear, so that's good. So boots are potential. The amulet is also great. We got another crit rate one. That's also potential. Okay, so let's just compare to what we have here. So I'd be losing crit damage, and I would be losing a little bit of crit damage. So that's an even-ish trade out. So let's try it. Let's go ahead and enhance this one. We're going to enhance all the way up to, we'll just go straight to 12 at this point because we're trying this out. We're going to see how it goes. Okay, so didn't roll anything on crit rate. This was absolutely terrible for rolls. That's about my luck for recording a YouTube video and trying to proof out something at the same time. All right, maybe this one will roll crit rate. Nope, we're gonna go defensive rate. We're just meant to have survivability on this build. Okay, cool. Once again, I'm free to play, so it's not like I have a whole lot of options. And we rolled effect hit. Okay, well, that was absolutely tragic here. Whatever. We'll go ahead and we'll take it for now. This is what happens when you try to do it live, ladies and gentlemen. We got speed, which is amazing. We got crit rate here, which is also good. So it's not like I'm gonna be able to swap this out. The only way I would swap this out is if I had a higher crit rate one, and I doubt I do. Probably not. And yes, I know a lot of these pieces of gear are leveled up too high for what they are. I am well aware of this. You are not wrong. You don't need to yell at me for it. That would only give me 1.1% crit rates and sacrifice 96 speed. Not going to be worth it on this piece of gear. Okay, moving on. We have healing effect, attack has to be up. We got to keep this one. Unfortunately, I have nothing for him, and this could be a part of my problem. Okay, here we go. Ooh, oof. We'd be losing that. We'd be gaining a little bit of crit rate. It's 3-star again. Let's just try to get it to 4. Does it roll crit rate? Does it roll anything worth it? No, it rolled attack rate, and that's. Do I want that? I don't think I really want that, guys. I'm just not. I would lose 1,000 attack. I gain a little bit more sustain, and I get it. Crit rate is so impactful, though. You know what? It's kind of a 1-to-1. I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm gonna leave the attack I have. Also, I've got speed on this one, which is gonna be hard to replace. You know, a speed eye perception. It's not like I'm going to be able to have another one in here, and I don't, right? This was HP with crit rate, crit damage, which is good, but that'd lose 132 speed, which would make him super slow, and we definitely don't want him to be a slow boy. All right, so that kind of does it as far as the gear. And before I click off of this and call it good, let's just double check, make sure I don't have any other crit rate pieces of gear out there that could be potentially worth it. Attack, speed, okay, HP. This one's got crit rate and speed, okay. So this would require me to replace my Slayer sets, which would lose crit damage. Which would be a bummer because we're not going to gain it back from any of these. Okay, so I don't think it's going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth it. I think this is going to be the build we're going to have to pick with him just because of my limited gear. Actually, someone in chat's actually recommending that if I go and I filter for crit rate, that'll help eliminate a little bit of the options here. So that's crit rate. That'd be 8, 10, 12% plus 20% total for both of these. I would lose 15 from breaking the set. I would then need to pick up what would that be? I would have to pick up the boots from Leech to get my Leech back. And I don't have any crit rate boots. So yeah, it makes sense. Right now, my current build is probably best in slot. But what we can do is we go ahead and go to emblems here. If we, you know what, I'm going to take a quick snapshot of these. And I'm going to do this on my end. Sorry, I see that you guys don't get to see this. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to reset these because we did pick mastery on this one over crit damage here, right? So what I was told is basically you want him to go full balls to the wall damage. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and reset. All right, let's start out here. We're going to go crit rate, obviously. We're going to do quick upgrade here. Support, I think we're still going to have to do. It's going to be effect hit is going to probably be the best one here. Let's just see what we get here. I think 6% or 4.5% effect hit or hit effect. I don't think we forsake 100% his bleeds. I don't think we can do that. I think we still, even though they're not as great, I think we still take it. I think we still take it. We do. I just hate to waste diamonds, but it's whatever. You know what? We'll worry about that later. Unexpected attack. We have to take that one. Full HP could be great, especially with double leech. Shield damage, I mean, that's also no brainer. Berserker blood could be great, but I don't want to take more damage. I don't want to, like, I can't allow him to do that. Like, he's got to be able to sustain. That's part of my problem. Let's keep moving down the line here. We're just gonna do all the attacks at first. Before we enter the first turn, for the end of the first turn of each wave, direct damage dealt. Okay, that was gonna be a good one. Let's come back to it. Direct damage dealt in next turn for every target killed. This practice make perfect is good, but I don't think it's what I need. Last stand is going to be good for the dot damage if he lands it. We're definitely gonna take arrogant here. We gotta go over here real quick. Hold on. Let's Let's just go ahead and, so what would this be? Healing enhancement's probably going to be the way to go for him currently. And then what do we have here? It's going to be selfish because he can do a buff of himself. I think that's the way to go here. Okay, and then we still got to pick one more. I still think Last Dance is the way to go. I don't think having the Practice Makes Perfect makes sense for him. Not for how I'm trying to use him. When Self has buff damage dealt, that's going to be good because he does his buff. We also want to... Okay, yeah, so this is kind of a no-brainer here, honestly. And then if we come over here, the cooldown of the skills, that's a no-brainer as well, right? We always want to try to reduce those if we can. When attacking targets whose HP is higher than self, damage dealt, that's always want to have that one. This is where it's dot damage or direct damage. So this is where it gets into, like, when attacking targets whose HP is above 50%, dot damage does more, or just do more damage in general. This is 9% and 9% even. Even Stevens, I'm going to take the latter here. I'm going to take the direct one because we're trying to re-gear him for direct damage, right? More so than dot damage. So I think we're going to take New Lease on Life. Then we're going to need for... He's never going to be out. He's never going to outspeed anyone. We're going to take the Sacred Winds because that just makes the most sense. We'll take that one. And then let's go for crit damage. Okay. And then crit damage. Boom, done. Okay, so at this point, we've successfully changed Holder's build here. He's done. Let's see. What's it look like? So we're at almost 60% crit rate. Crit damage is higher. Effect is lower. Healing is lower. Leech, we lost the 10% leech. So we're taking, but we're getting a little bit more crit rate out of him. We lost some attack. We lost about 1,000 or 700 attack we lost. HP stayed the same. Defense went up by about 700. Okay. So overall, not god awful, not the greatest. Really, this whatever this is, that's a travesty. That's travesty. That's a problem. Notable problem. Aura skills. Let's see. He's currently doing okay in Aura. We can't upgrade him any more than where he is. Star level, we're not going to go up any higher. I really think this is after casting a skill. I think this is the best one we can get for him without going to like the crit rate one, which could also potentially be good, right? He would get up to 16% crit rate here. If we activate this one, however, that still doesn't help him max out totally. It's a thought, though. It is a thought. We'll go ahead and we'll keep it how it is currently, and then we're gonna go run an attack quickly with him and see what that does for us. We'll see, did that make a difference in this dungeon? Because we're gonna lose a lot. We lost 10% leech, so he has to definitely do more damage to make up for that leech we lost. So let's just see what we get. See what this did for us. And this is basically because of what the YouTube community told me. They were like, hey, you need to change up your holder build. So we just changed it up for everyone watching. So this way, this should hopefully be the closer build to what you guys saying that I needed to do. Maybe this will let him hit a little harder and be more noticeable. Maybe he'll stand out a little bit better because we didn't lose any sustain. We kept our sustain. Basically, we traded off a little bit of attack for crit rate, and that's the major difference in the current build versus the old one. And we lost about 10% leech. But if we gain more crit attacks, then we should leech back a little bit more of that. Let's see. So he's moving in the last round here. He's a little low on HP, so he may be too low on HP. This could be an issue where gear is my problem with Holder 100%. And I do know that he's not exclusive 3, which I know is what he honestly needs to be. No different than any other character. Sometimes you just can't get those exclusives. So it's not the end of the world. We can't. Okay, so far, so good. Let's go ahead and do this. Take that one over there, please. Thank you. Knock him out. All right, now we're back on the main boss. Now keep in mind, the first run that we did this, guys, we got him down to 5%. So let's see if we changing this build out, does this allow us to keep the shield down better and knock him down? Do we get him down lower? So far, Holder's maintaining his HP, which is great. Okay, we got a bleed there that landed. We're doing a little bit of damage. We got to get the rhythm going here where we do more damage, because that's the problem right now. Okay, here we go. 78%. We're still about max HP, which is good. And we're still doing some work. He's doing a little bit more, noticeably more damage. Noticeably more damage. Did crit. I've seen him crit 3 times so far during this fight. Let's see if he can't keep up the crits. Okay, thank you for that counterattack. The counterattack definitely took off more of the shield, which is great. Especially for, I was going to say, especially for Xayah when she gets into that stance, but obviously that didn't make sense. This could be a manual situation, would be better here, but I did this before on auto, and I want to try to do an apples to apples test here. Because Holder right now, he's getting close to dying because he's just not doing enough leech to get back up. As soon as Xayah stops being the guy's target, he's going to be GG. Let's see if he can't make it to at least like 30%. If he can get him down to 30%, Xayah has a good chance, I think. All right, so we're 35%, 34, 30. That's a good shot. That's a good spot. That's a pretty good sign. 24. HP's coming back up on Holder. If we can just not get Holder targeted as much, we would be okay, I think. Okay, so 22. Okay, 20, 18, 17, 16. Let's go. Okay, come on. He didn't direct hit, and he didn't even get it down. Okay, there we go. We're 8%. We may be able to get it, guys. So this may have been the one. This may have been the build. Did the build change? Okay, we're down to 5%. Both are alive. Oh no, Holder full. Oh my God, Holder for the win. Okay, I couldn't have timed this any better for a YouTube video. That's awesome. Okay, so the end point of this is literally the skin of my teeth. Giving him more damage allowed me to beat 20. I just beat Tower Mark floor 20 by re-gearing him and focusing more on damage than on dot damage. Holder for the win. Okay, that was interesting. I wasn't expecting that at all. So for those of you who watch this video, maybe you were one of the ones who commented on my YouTube video and you're like, hey, John, you need to switch out Holder. You need to make this build better. Thank you. That worked perfectly for Force Mark. I want to thank everyone who watched until the end because I thought that was awesome. But also, thank you guys for just, in general, being cool, leaving comments, giving tips, helping people out. I appreciate it. For me as a content creator, I am going pretty hard in this game, but being free to play and coming up with the best strategies has not necessarily been something I've ever done in my life. So we're trying to learn it. We're doing our thing as we're going. Thank you guys for commenting and giving suggestions. That's the whole point of this. Thank you for the community helping me. But yeah, that worked. Switching out Holder's build works great. That's the mission statement. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.